Hello, hello, come on. I love this energy. I love this packed house. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. And you know, this is a timely conversation that I'm having with two amazing experts. Jim Poole is a guru at stress, dealing with anything that's inside, fear, getting everything zen, making you feel good. And Roger Love is saving the world one voice at a time. Let's just give them a round of applause because that's powerful. So, you know, living in a world that feels so intense, I mean, fast, overwhelming, it's war, there's violence, there's mass shootings hitting us, people streaming, social media, it is a lot. And the stress level is not occasional anymore, it's constant. Stress after stress after stress. So these questions are very timely, and it becomes, how do we deal with this? How do we stay grounded in the middle of all of this? How do we really deal with stress? I'll turn this to you, Jim.
Right now, it appears that we're not. That's why it's accelerating. The first app came to the App Store in 2009. The App Store actually was invented in 2010. And commensurate with 2009, 17 years ago, if you look back to your life, it was a lot slower. It was a lot more peaceful. Your soul had some balance to it. Your breath had breath. You weren't constantly in this state of, what do I need to do next, what do I need to do next? You weren't a spectator in your own life. So the convenience and the cool aspect of having access globally to the world, we've lost the intimacy of having access to our neighbors, to our friends, to ourselves. So for us, we're a neuroscience company with an expertise in the nervous system and an expertise in stress. So you can imagine today's crisis of stress is great business development for us, but that's not what we want. So we're here to help just allow people to downregulate their sympathetic nervous system and relax.
Oh, I love that. And I must say, I have used your tool, NuCalm, and it's amazing. I used it 2 nights in a row, and during the day, it made me so zen. And I was focused, and I was ready to conquer the world. So thank you for that. Thank you. And so, Roger, you know, I love that you are healing the world one voice at a time. Tell us about that, because that's a strong statement.
Strong statement. Humanity is losing sight of one of our greatest gifts, and that is the voice being the greatest instrument that we have, just like any other instrument. But people aren't communicating the way they should anymore. I can have AI write what I would say. I can have AI listen to my voice in 15 seconds and recreate the close sounds of my voice. And then I stop speaking. And it started with emails and texts, and now agents and AI. But humans have the ability to speak emotionally, and that's what we're losing. Kids aren't speaking to each other. My son had a relationship 2 years with a girl, and she texted him to break up. What does that say about young people? They're using their voices as least as possible. If we want to save the world, we got to get back to a communication system that is authentic and emotional, human to human, and then we can make changes because we know each other. We feel each other's passions, and that's the place to start.
So that's a good point. How do we get back to the human connection, to the human bonding? I want you to answer that, and then you. How do we get back to that? Because there's social media, there's TV, there's streaming, there's all kind of things. There's a million apps. We're doing so much. And I used to say I would go to Big Mama's house in Louisiana because my dad made me go to the neighborhood woman who was like the village woman who looked over everyone and gave us advice and gave us help. We used to have to bring pies or something to her. And now it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting the time. So how do we really get back to human connection and bonding?
Okay. The #1 fear in America, and I would say most of the rest of the world, is still fear of speaking in public. That doesn't mean that when I get on a stage and there's 1,000 people in the audience. That means public. I speak to you, you're my public. I'm a public speaker. So if we're afraid of that, what are we so afraid of? Being judged. We are afraid that if we said something, people would view us harshly. They would disagree with what they said. They would invalidate us. Yeah. So we're afraid to speak. But the reason we're afraid to speak is how ridiculous that should be the number one fear in the world. What if we could speak in a way where people knew emotionally that we were telling the truth and we were being authentic? And what if we could listen in the same way? And then we wouldn't be afraid of showcasing the best of who we are in every communication. And then that takes fear out of the equation and takes a great deal of stress out of the equation.
Oh, I love that. So Jim, tell us, how do we get back to the basics of not being so chaotic, fearful, living in all of this stress? What are some tools that we should do? Practical tools for this great audience.
Practical tools. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome in advance. For 36 years, we have been working on how to modulate human brainwave function. Many of us are never taught how our brain works. But interestingly enough, everybody's brain oscillates in the same frequency range of 41 hertz in 5 categories. There is a level called theta, 4 hertz to 7 hertz, that allows the body and the mind and the soul to heal. It happens to be in the sleep architecture. After puberty, we glide through it too quickly. We lose that opportunity to restore. Our technology used to be a $6,000 class 3 medical device. It wasn't accessible, it wasn't easy, and it wasn't affordable. On us, we said, no, that's not acceptable. Today, you can have the same benefit of being a meditating monk without going to a monastery, and you can down-regulate your frequency to 4 hertz and put yourself in a healing state. When you used Rescue yesterday and today, and you said, wow, I felt blissful, it's science. It's the physiology of the body's natural restorative mechanisms. So you can do meditation, you can do yoga, you can do Tai Chi, you can do breath work. They require time, persistence, energy. We are slow adopters as a human species, right? Meditation's been around for 3,500 years, ladies and gentlemen. Slow adopters. But tech, for us, we're asking you to plug in so you can unplug and balance your nervous system. Most people don't understand that either. Your nervous system is fundamental to your health, your resilience, and your longevity. Nobody's nervous system is in balance anymore, from our food supply and our environmental toxins, to social media, to the chaos that we live in here. This is a choice. You can live with the chaos externally and bring it into your brain, or you can choose not to bring it into your brain.
Wow. That's deep, and that is informational, right? Like, thank you for informing us. Now, I want to make this real for this amazing audience. I want to ask you, Roger, since you're a voice coach, like, what can we do for the audience that's simple, that's immediate, that they can do when you go home, when you go to bed? I want to learn this because you are connecting people one voice at a time. What can we do? Give us something practical right now.
Amazing.
Yes, don't we want that?
Yes.
Yes, all right, come on.
Okay, first, there's very little difference between singing and speaking. And what singing does to the brain is incredible. The changes, the positive changes that it does, not only to stress, but so much of what the brain has to deal with. So I have overlaid all of the principles of music onto the singing voice and say there's very little difference between singing and speaking. Because in both, you're responsible for pitch. How high do you speak? How low do you speak? Pace. How fast do you speak? How slow do you speak? Tone. Do I speak airy because I think that makes it sound like I care more? Or do I speak edgy like that? And melody. What kind of melody am I speaking? So once you realize that your voice is a musical instrument, you start to look to what is so incredible about music. Let's talk about melody. This is something you can change right today. Most people speak like they were one note on the piano. Hi, my name is Roger Love, and I'm the most exciting person in the room. I could actually pole vault, but I'm not going to do it right in front of you, and it's all the same note. And then they get so bored with themselves that every so often they're like, oh, they go to another note and they come right back. But I am very excited. Oh, but then I'm just monotone. That is so boring. They're not allowed to speak on one note. You wouldn't buy that song. Why are you buying the communication? So what is the counter to that? Melody. Most people speak, and instead of them staying on one note, they should have specific melodies. For example, ascending melodies, going from low to high. My name is Roger Love. Today is my birthday. I'm not telling you the truth, but every one of you here today are my present. When I use ascending melodies, I sound happy. But we all use descending melodies. My name is Roger Love. It's my birthday. I didn't get any presents. Somebody taught me to go down at commas. Somebody else taught me to go down at periods. But when I use descending scales, I sound so sad. Poor little Roger. And yet, every time you get to a comma or a period, you're going down, making yourself sound sad and making everyone you're speaking to sound sad. Go up. Use more ascending scales. Record yourself. Realize how many times you go down. And you wonder why people interrupt you. Because every time you get to a comma, they think you're done. And it's their time to speak. So easy. Ascending melodies makes you sound happy. People love speaking to happy people and listening to happy people.
Oh, wow, look at that. All right, so let's give it a try. So my name is Bershan.
My name is Bershan.
Oh, my name is Bershan.
My name is Bershan.
My name is Bershan. I am here with Jim Poole and Roger Love.
But you see, even a professional announcer, Jim Poole and Roger Love. How about I'm here with Jim Poole, and I'm here with Roger Love.
I'm here with Jim Poole. I'm here with Roger Love.
Now she's excited to be here.
I am so happy to be here with these experts. Okay, I love it. Yes, see? So I want you all to go back home tonight and practice in your mirror, right? All right.
Or to at least your phone, who is a good companion, doesn't hate you.
I love that. I love it. So Jim, I wanted this to be real world knowledge that we can take something away. Because what you're giving us are tools that we can take home tonight, not just listen to two great experts and say, okay, they were good, but really tactical information to take home. So as you know, we're constantly dealing with phones, scrolling through social media, comparing. How has social media really impacted our stress levels from a neurological standpoint? And what boundaries should we really be setting, Jim? Like, what should we do?
One may postulate that social media was invented by the devil.
Ooh.
Because who would argue otherwise? Every time our daughter gets a social post, it elicits dopamine, just like cocaine to a rat. We are wiring our brain for immediate gratification. We're wiring our brain for disconnection. We're wiring our brain. We're feeding what's called the amygdala. Right here in our midbrain is a reptilian part of our brain that's millions of years of circuitry. It's a perfected system of fight or flight. You're familiar with this because you're in it every day. Your prefrontal cortex is what separates us from primates. This is where you want oxygen. You will not go to a monastery and see monks beating the shit out of each other or yelling. They are oxygenated here. You will not do breath work, yoga, or Tai Chi and be upset. You're oxygenated here. So every minute of every hour of every day, you are battling for resources of oxygenation from your forehead to your amygdala, and your amygdala steals those resources, and when you are in fight or flight, you are not rational, you don't have access to your personality and character. I can't implore you how important this is for you, because when you don't downregulate and have balance in your life, you die a miserable death caused by stress, and it's not necessary. So you don't have to use NuCalm. I happen to like it because it's technology. I'm a failed meditator. I don't do yoga and Tai Chi. And this is a great tool for me to meditate like a monk and act like a capitalist. I love that juxtaposition. It also helps me heal and sleep well. But you have to do something, because the pace you're on is an accelerated pace to death and disease. Look at the proliferation of immunosuppressive diseases in our gut. Do you think 50 years ago, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome was prevalent? No. Our food supply has been toxic for 50 years, and our chaos here is accelerating cortisol here. So step up, ladies and gentlemen, because the people who are counting on you need you here. not panicked in this state. Who the hell finished their to-do list once in the last year and it was so monumental to change your life forever? It doesn't. But taking breath, taking time, taking an opportunity to be in balance is the key to your life. So take this as a warning sign. Let's go. Take a breath, it's okay. This pace is not okay.
Ooh, take a breath, everyone. You hear that? Let's do it right now. Let's count to 4. Come on.
But while we're doing it,
Go.
let's do it diaphragmatically.
Oh.
Put your hands on your tummy.
Put your hands on your tummy.
Pretend you have a balloon in there. You're going to breathe in through the nose, because when you breathe in through the nose, it goes through filters called turbinates, and then the air becomes moist, so it doesn't dry out your throat or your vocal cords. Stop breathing through your mouth. That's why you're losing your voices. Breathe in through your nose. Do not raise your chest and shoulders, and pretend that you have a balloon in your tummy on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Stomach comes forward, and then blow it out. Diaphragmatic breathing is simply not raising your chest and shoulders, pretending you have a balloon, that you inflate, and then as you exhale, that sends the right amount of air to the vocal cords, and it changes the way you sound, and then the air and the voice ride out on a solid stream of air. That's what breathing can do, along with change stress.
Oh.
Who feels better?
Who feels better?
Just
look at
that.
this.
That's a good sign too.
All right. This audience is amazing. I love it. So now, Roger, let's talk about using the voice, right, to restore a real connection. Give us something like, what do we do?
Okay.
We leave here, what do we do out there right now?
Okay. I do want to also answer a bit about social media. We have to flip the narrative on social media. That's not the devil. The devil is the way we're applying it. We look at social media as a way to get likes and get approval. So we're performing. We shouldn't have to be auditioning and performing in our own life, but we're performing for a bunch of people we don't even know, trying to get them to like us. What we should use social media is for, a way for us to get to like ourselves, to find our voices, and then give our voices out to show how much we're passionate about the earth, how we're passionate about voice, how we're passionate about all the things that each person is passionate about. Get used to showcasing your own like for yourself and finding your voice and giving that to other people. And whether they like you or not, that's just a bonus. We'll use it to like ourselves better.
Oh, I love that. You're right, because social media, people use it to validate themselves so much. And I remember being on stage somewhere and I got messages, you didn't like my post today. Like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, like, I'm busy, I'm working. I didn't see your post. I wasn't even on social media. But when people post, they feel a way if no one's scrolling, no one gets a like, no one gets a comment. We have turned into this world of, I'm validated by social media, and what you're saying is, love yourself.
I'm not auditioning to be the lead character in my own life. I'm already cast. I'm going to showcase how the joy of being the lead character in my own life. Do you want to join? Great. I'm the gift. All I can give is me. I'm the gift.
You're the gift.
You liking me is a bonus.
Oh, remember that?
I like you.
Yes. Let's give a hand on that one. You are the gift. Remember, everyone, you are the prize. You are the gift. You don't need validation from anyone. So thank you for that. Now, Jim, you've worked with a lot of celebrities, politicians, high performers all around the world, right?
Yeah.
Every day. And what's the biggest misconception that people have about stress? And what is one shift that changes everything for them?
That's a great question. For 17 years, we've served humans across 106 countries, from monks to punks, pilots to passengers. We think we're unique. We think our problems are only unique to us. We think we're isolated, nobody likes us, or whatever dark hole we go in. Every human brain is made of the same parts. There's a lot more connective tissue to the human species than we give credit for. Everybody that I've met has stress. Some people have more operational stress, war fighters, et cetera, Department of Defense. Celebrities, athletes, we aspire to be like them. We canonize them, we put them up on this pedestal, and we're like, hey, that's an amazing life. No, it's not. It's not an amazing life. The amount of stress they have, the lack of trust they have around them because of their ascension in our social culture is not so nice. In fact, I shared with you yesterday, there's not a single celebrity that I've met. We've worked with thousands over the last 17 years that I would trade my life with because of all the chaos in their life. Stress impacts every single one of us every single day.
Yeah.
And it's cumulative. You're not going to die tomorrow from a bad night's sleep last night. But over thousands of bad nights' sleep, you are. So this is a challenge for the human brain. We are wholly incapable of understanding intangibles. I can't see it. I can't smell it. I can't touch it. I can't taste it. Is stress real? Of course it is. Every disease known to mankind is caused by stress, and every disease you have, the symptoms are catalyzed and exacerbated by stress. It's real. So wake up. Wake up to the fact that we have to address the stress because we can see it. Our life is not what it's supposed to be. We are not being the humans we deserve to be, nor were we just recently, and it's getting worse.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for that.
Good.
You know, Roger, what exactly is a voice coach? The reason I wanted to ask that, because people don't know what a voice coach is, and how does it help your self-esteem? Like, you gave us the example of how that, but like, go to the basics, the foundation, so people can know, and if they need to hire you, right? Because it's an important thing in loving yourself. We're talking about self-love and self-care, so tell us what a voice coach is and how important it is.
As a voice coach, what I do is I help people figure out what sounds should come out of their mouths so that they create the life that they want, personal and business. You should understand this. Your voice is not for you. Your voice is not for you. How do I know that? Because my ears are over here. So when I speak, the sound goes over there. I'm not over there. So then what am I supposed to do with the sound that goes over there? Who's it for? It's for you. It's for the listeners, because your ears are over there. You hear me. I only hear myself through bone conduction. So once you realize that it's not about you loving your own voice, loving to hear yourself speak, I just love it. It's about what sounds do you need to make to connect with other people so that they like and love listening to you. So once you realize you have to do that, you stop speaking in a monotone. You start speaking with more melody because people love melody like a good song. Once you realize that, you stop talking down to people by speaking so slowly, making them think that you think they're not intelligent enough to hear the words at the speed that they should be. Or speaking too fast makes all of the sounds that you could possibly make are actually creating impressions in the minds and in the hearts of the people that are listening to you. You start crafting a voice that not only showcases the best of you, but is what people need to hear and what people need to feel. The brain processes first for emotion. So when I say, I love my wife, I hate my wife, I love strawberries, I hate strawberries, I love chocolate, I hate chocolate, the amygdala says, I don't know how you feel about anything, and that's the end of the conversation. Doesn't even pass that to the prefrontal cortex. But if I say, I love my wife beyond all creation, I love chocolate almost as much as I love my wife, you say, he's passionate about it. The brain says, ooh, that's emotional. I'm gonna pass that to the prefrontal cortex. If you don't have the right sounds attached to the words, you're not a good communicator, because you're only speaking with words, but the brain processes first for emotion and then logic. Find the sounds, and then you'll be a great communicator.
Oh, that's a gem. Drop the mic.
Oh.
Well, I love it because you're putting passion to voice, and it's not just talking. And it's the same thing with public speaking. It's your story is not for you, your story is for the world.
Yes,
your
stop
story.
spending time using your inside voice and showing other people your inside voice. Why don't you just perfect your outside voice? And like Jim said, you can't see stress, you can't touch it. You can't see voice. You can touch your Adam's apple, but most people don't love that. So you can't see it, you can't touch it. It's not like a piano. It's an instrument that you have to learn by listening.
Yes. So this is amazing, and your tips were amazing. Let's give one last takeaway to the audience, Jim and Roger. If you can give one tip on mindset, wellness, how to deal with stress, what is it? Leave them with a bang. Let's go.
Simple. Resolve your stress so that you can get the sleep you deserve.
Oh.
Because it's directly correlated.
Resolve your stress so you can get the sleep you deserve. You hear that? Yes, yes? All right, okay.
Amazing.
Roger, what's your last takeaway?
My last takeaway is that communication is a physical connection, not an oral. When I speak, if I'm doing it correctly, the sound comes out of my mouth and it vibrates your bodies. So we are physically connected. The only way to do that is to do this. Roger says I'm only allowed to speak while my stomach is coming in. Roger wants me to speak while my stomach is coming in. Everybody, put your hands back on your tummy. Sir, on your own stomach. Take a breath. Fill up your balloon. Now say, Roger only wants me to speak while my tummy is coming in. Say it.
Roger only wants me to speak when my tummy's coming in.
That is the way to send the right amount of air to the cords and then out of the mouth and create the right sounds that vibrate people's bodies, and then you will be connected emotionally and physically. That's my takeaway.
Oh, you two are brilliant. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. You now have practical tools and tips to take away with you, how to deal with stress, your voice, how to pronunciate, how to speak with passion, how to go. We are leaving this moment right here as warriors. Raise your hand, come on. This is what I do, everyone. Say it 3 times and we are out. Say, I am a warrior, because you are a warrior in voice and your stress tools.
And do it while your stomach is coming in.
And do it while your stuff, 3 times, I am a warrior.
I am a warrior.
1, 2, 3. I am a warrior. I am a warrior.
Breath.
I am a warrior. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.